Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Nothing to See Here podcast. Hi, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah, and hopefully I don't sound like a robot.
What is your guys' go-to bubble tea order?
I don't get bubble tea enough to have a go-to order.
Really?
It's just whatever I'm feeling at the time.
What do you often feel?
Usually some kind of mango.
That's a fair choice. Hannah?
I do not drink bubble tea. I'm not a fan of tea.
Kind of blasphemous.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of tea.
Love tea. Any type of tea. Iced tea, sweet tea, oolong tea.
Well, not any kind of tea. You don't like Turner's tea.
You're right. I fucking hate Turner's tea. But that's just because it's bad tea. Not because I don't like iced tea.
That's true. I'm with you. I don't like Turner's tea either, so.
Thank you. My go-to order is normally a fruit tea, a fruit herbal tea of some kind, with mango jelly and a popping boba of some kind. This one I have a grape popping boba, as I have a white grape punch tea. But I got mango jelly because I love mango jelly. And I also get it with extra sugar.
Of course you get extra sugar.
It tastes delicious with extra sugar. What do you want from me? So this is what I am drinking at the present moment.
And that's the whole reason you asked.
Yeah, I was curious. I mean, I can make really obscene noises with the boba in here if you'd like, but I don't think you'd like that. I think Frankie would really dislike that as he's editing this episode.
What would I dislike? Sorry, I didn't.
You didn't hear me?
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I mean, I could slurp up the boba really like.
Oh, don't. Yeah, I wouldn't like that. You're right. Don't slurp up.
Yeah.
Don't slurp up boba.
Maybe next time pay attention, because I was almost going to do it. And then I thought of our listeners, and I didn't do it.
I appreciate that.
You should.
I really do.
Hate that you were going to make Frankie and me suffer. And you only stopped because of the listeners, not because of your friends.
I love you guys so much that I'm going to subject you to the horrible inside and intrusive thoughts of myself.
All right. Well, let me subject you two, my friends, to horrible 1990s wrestling.
Actually, before we get to that, can we talk about Wicked? Because I saw Wicked today.
Oh no, we can't talk about it until I see it. Frankie, have you seen it?
I did see Wicked. I have thoughts that'll probably get me fucking chased out of the building.
Alright, well, we can't talk about it until I see it. So
then you should come in next week, ready.
I am going to see it this week with my coworkers.
Alright.
I will just say this then. My mother has a big fat crush on Jonathan Bailey now.
Who doesn't have a crush on Jonathan Bailey? I mean, I know he's gay, and I'm not his type at all, which is fine, but damn is he sexy. He was sexy in Bridgerton, and now he is sexy in Wicked. Is there anything
that haven't seen it yet?
Sexy in? Yeah, but I've seen him in the trailers, okay? I knew he was going to be sexy.
He is. Jonathan Bailey is fantastic. He's not one of my problems with the movie.
I would make the argument he is one of the best parts of the film.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, Anna.
I don't think that's a hot take in any way.
I'm going to find it really hard to put aside my dislike for Ariana Grande for this movie. I'm going to do it, but it's going to be very hard. I love Cynthia Erivo, though. I will
Let me tell you this, then.
What?
My mom didn't realize Ariana Grande was in the film.
I don't know how, but, nah. Love me Cynthia Erivo. Ever since I saw her in The Color Purple. Oh.
She's also fantastic in it, so.
Yeah. It was hard for me to imagine her not being fantastic in it.
So. Alright, so, we'll have a Wicked discussion next week then. And, you tried to get us to talk about something probably way better than what we're actually talking about.
Only 2 months late to the Wicked review.
Yeah, but who cares? This review of our wrestling show is 30 years late, so.
Perfect time.
Yeah. We are reviewing the September 25th, 1995 episode of WCW Monday Nitro. This week from the Florence Civic Center in Florence, South Carolina. Another city I've never heard of with an arena that is the home of nobody.
But it was capable of having pyro inside.
This
It
one
was
looked like,
capable. The arena looked good?
no, this one looked like a shitty arena.
Oh. Well,
Like the last one, it might have been a little hard to tell. This one, I was like, man, this one, nobody plays here. Not
depending
even
on
Cirque du Soleil or Disney on Ice comes here.
depending on the configuration, they can have around 7,000, 7,500 people. WCW had 5,000 people in attendance tonight.
It did not look like that many people were
And
there.
only 2,000 of them paid. That's probably why. The other 3,000 all got free tickets.
Nice.
So they were probably just there. It's like, well, it's free.
Could you imagine how pissed off you'd be if you bought tickets and then found out that they just let 3,000 other people in?
Oh yeah, I'm less upset if there's more people that pay than got in for free. But this is 1,000 more people who got in for free. I would be pissed. Okay. So, we have some news to report from the dirt sheets at the time, and then we can get to the episode. Vader, remember Vader who got into a fight with Paul Orndorff backstage?
No.
Still suspended. He's the one who kicked the dude, or got kicked in the face.
Yeah, he
That's
was the
not
one
helpful to me.
He was gonna be on, but then he didn't be on because he got into a fight.
Yeah, he got into a fight backstage with Paul Orndorff. He got suspended. He's still suspended, but has not been fired yet. WCW has sent a letter to the WWE informing them that Vader is still under contract, and any discussions with him would be considered contract tampering.
Ooh, that's legal jargon for something. You know what, Frankie? I'm learning legal jargon right now.
Are you?
Know why?
Why?
I'm playing the Phoenix Wright games again.
Oh my god. So, of all the wrestlers that are out there in the world, I'm hoping you guys know the name of this wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, of course.
Well, this week in the 1995
he was
time,
in the Grown Ups too.
He was in the Grown Ups too. In 1995 at this point, WCW had fired Steve Austin.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Austin had been in the doghouse with WCW management for the last year due to a reputation for not being quiet about his discontent with how he had been used. He had torn his tricep in June in Japan and had been out of action since. He was about 6 weeks away from returning when he was fired. He was fired while he was injured. And the way he was fired, this isn't in the report, but this is a well-known story. He was fired through a FedEx. They FedExed a letter to him.
I don't know if that's worse than a fax machine or better than a fax machine.
I would appreciate a phone call.
Did he have to sign for this package?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never heard that part of the story or not. Austin was reportedly upset over the cliquish nature of WCW and was not in good favor with Hulk Hogan and his buddies, who felt Steve Austin had no charisma and could not draw money.
Wow.
And, yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin would become one of the highest drawing wrestlers in the history of professional wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about wrestling, but I know that he is not a name that you take lightly. Him, John Cena, and The Rock, pretty high up there.
Yeah. Yeah, so they've lost Stone Cold Steve Austin, but don't worry, they've re-signed somebody. Gene Okerlund is back.
Who?
You know the bald guy that does the interviews? With the bald guy with the mustache?
No.
Yeah, he does the interviews. We did the interview with Macho Man and Lex Luger the past 2 weeks that we've watched WCW.
Did not pay attention. That's how insignificant he was.
Well, he's re-signed with the company and he's making $250,000 plus incentives, which is far more than most of the wrestlers are making.
It's far more than I'm making. This is bullshit. I went to school for 7 years.
Yeah, he went to school for probably none.
I'll leave, Frankie. This is where you say, this is unfair, Amanda, this is unjust, and you're allowed to be upset.
You are allowed to be upset, but I'm just pointing out.
Stop it.
Alright. WCW Fall Brawl, we got the money on that, how much money they made. The estimates are that the buy rate is down significantly. And since Hogan gets 25% of all pay-per-view gross, WCW is going to make a very, very small profit from the show.
They need
David-
to find Hulk Hogan.
What was that, Hannah?
I said, you're telling me not being able to see into a cage was a bad monetary
Decision? Yeah.
decision. Yeah.
You're right. It was. The whole Hogan Giant angle will end up with a monster truck battle at Halloween Havoc. Also on the show, Paul Orndorff was in a skit with TV psychic Gary Spivey that was so bad it made Hulk Hogan look like an Oscar-winning actor. And the War Games match was awful. Ric Flair is having some kind of eye surgery.
Whoa. You don't see my hand up?
I don't. Well, I'm looking at my notes, so I don't see your hand up.
You should look again. Do you see it now?
I do see. We're recording on Skype for those of you who don't know, and now you have the ability to raise your hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll call on Amanda. Amanda, you've raised your hand?
Yeah, thank you. Why monster trucks, Frankie?
Because the Giant ran over Hulk Hogan's...
Yeah, I know, but why are monster trucks in it right now? Were they popular at this day and age?
Because I have no idea, but, like, wrestling fans tend to, like, back then probably liked monster truck stuff.
Oh, so. Are you equating monster trucks and wrestling fans in the same kind of fan base?
Yeah, I am.
Just like, if you like Marvel, you're going to like DC?
Yeah, back then, not like modern wrestling fans, probably not as much, but back in the mid-90s, that Venn diagram was almost a perfect circle.
Almost. There was like a tiny sliver.
There's a tiny sliver of wrestling fans that probably didn't like monster trucks, and monster truck fans that didn't like wrestling, but almost a perfect circle.
I guarantee you the wrestling fans that didn't like monster trucks were women.
I don't know, there's some women that like monster trucks.
There are some women, but most women think monster trucks are stupid.
Hannah, what's your opinion on monster trucks?
Not a fan.
Thank you. Right.
Listen, I hate a normal pickup truck. What makes you think I'm going to enjoy a giant monster truck? I get upset when a pickup truck drives near me.
Did I ever tell you this fucking story? So back when I was in high school, I dated a guy with a truck. And he was a farmer boy. Yeah, I know. He was a farmer boy, and he had this truck. He was so proud of his truck. These truck's tires were almost as big, like almost went up to my waist. Like, they were huge.
No one needs that in a regular truck. God.
Yeah, he also had the thing that would blow smoke out the back, like if you pressed something. We did do that once when he was driving me to school, me and his one friend. We found out that our teacher, who we hated, our English teacher who we hated, was behind us, and we're like, blow smoke at her. So that was kind of fun. I'll be honest there. But
doing that to someone you know is behind you and you hate that person is the only acceptable time I will accept the diesel spray.
I would get so mad at him when he would do it to just random people. But this fucker, for prom, promised me. He fucking promised me he would pick me up in his parents' car. This fucker pulled up. I am in high fucking heels. This fucker pulled up in his giant ass truck, and he's like, I could not take the truck, babe. And I was like, oh, no, you don't. So, you know what he did? He brought a tiny little foldable step stool. Not even a good one, a foldable one. That, like, my foot almost went through immediately. I was like, you are hiking me up and you are putting me in this truck. And ever since then, I've hated trucks.
You should have slashed his tires after you broke up.
He actually broke up with me via text message.
Oh, you had every reason to slash his tires.
Great, phenomenal. Ric Flair's having eye surgery. And
what? That's a horrible segue, Frankie.
No, yeah.
No, well, that is a beautiful segue.
It's a beautiful segue. Ric Flair's having eye surgery, everyone, and will miss a few weeks. Funny enough, he's on next week's episode of the show, so this report was fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I was very confused by that, if he's supposed to be... Because I saw, like, a preview for him, I thought.
Yeah. Also, in more bad news for Ric Flair, his gym that he owns was destroyed by a recent hurricane that was apparently uninsured. And
why?
So
why that is bad news on things? I take pictures of every single K-pop thing that I have, just in case this place ever like goes up in flames. I have insurance. I have everything documented.
Yeah, well, wrestlers aren't always the smartest with their money back then. At Halloween Havoc, Sabu is expected to face Jerry Lynn. Sabu will have his uncle, the Sheik, in his corner. They attempted to get the Sheik
from Legend of Zelda, Sheik?
No, the Sheik.
Oh.
they tried to get Bobo Brazil to be in Jerry Lynn's corner because Bobo Brazil and the Sheik was the biggest feud in Detroit in wrestling history at the time. But Bobo Brazil has turned it down as he has a walker to get around now, and he said he is retired from the business. Ted Turner was heard in an elevator talking about how WCW really kicked Vince's ass with the second week Nitro ratings. So, that shows you where WCW's priorities are. They are more concerned about the WWE than they are about keeping their own business in order. WCW has also bought tons of advertising time on rock radio stations around the country to promote Nitro, and even bought ad time on Howard Stern's show in New York, the most expensive radio time in America in 1995. And WCW is having a pay-per-view in November called War of the Worlds. Eventually this will be renamed when it actually happens, called World War III.
I'm scared.
But the main event is expected to be some sort of, well, Hannah, remember how much of a fan you were of the two rings at Fall Brawl?
Yeah.
Well, World War III has 3 rings.
4.
3.
There are 4.
No, there's only 3 rings.
Okay, we have to go one more pay-per-view for 4 rings.
I don't think they ever get to 4 rings.
God damn it.
Because I realize it's a stupid idea.
The main event will be some sort of 3-ring gimmick match.
Yeah, 3-ring circus.
And here's some good news, possibly. If the rumors are true, here's some good news about after World War III. Hulk Hogan is expected to take a hiatus after the World War III pay-per-view.
Please tell me it happens, Frankie.
I think it does, because he's filming a movie at that point. I don't know which movie it is, but he goes away to film something.
We are blessed.
And we didn't get a lot of Hulk Hogan on this episode of Nitro either.
And what we
there,
did get
so it was bad.
Beautiful. What we did get was so bad. It was so beautiful. And it was him in a neck brace.
Oh, don't worry. He's in the neck brace next week, too.
Oh, cool.
So you get to make fun of him again for being hurt. Quote unquote hurt.
I want to make it clear. It is not cool to bully someone because they have a neck brace. Unless they are Hulk Hogan. And then you can bully him for everything.
Yeah. We are welcoming...
I feel like if you're racist, all bets are off and you deserve to get bullied.
Yeah, if you're a racist or a bigot of any kind.
Yeah, all bets are off. You're getting bullied. Sorry.
Don't bully someone just because they have a neck brace.
But we are welcomed to...
Unless they're a racist.
Yeah.
Then it's okay to make fun of them, yes.
We are welcome to WCW Monday Nitro by Eric Bischoff, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Steve Mongo McMichael. And who do we see immediately at the table?
It's Pepe!
It's Pepe!
It's Pepe.
That's part of the show.
I don't know what his costume is this week. Is he a horse?
He has a
saddle.
Horse. Yeah, he has a saddle on. He's a horse.
He has a saddle and a bandana. He's got a bandana on too, just like around the neck though.
Saddle. I'm just saying this is the saddle costume.
Saddle Pepe. And then I do remember that on the last pay-per-view we watched, Bobby the Brain Heenan got a lot of goodwill from you guys for making fun of Hulk Hogan. But he maybe lost that goodwill tonight.
Yep.
By calling Pepe a 4-pound tarantula and a rat.
He's threatened by Pepe. He's threatened that he's going to lose his job to Pepe.
Well, remember last week, the latest episode that came out is the last WCW episode. And
it is very helpful with the lore.
We had the theory that Pepe had a gun backstage, so.
I just think, yeah, he was a little rude to Pepe. Pepe got him back. Pepe
later in the night we will reveal that Pepe took a shit on Bobby the Brain Heenan's shoe. I don't know if that's real or not, but it would be really funny if it was real.
I'm assuming it's real. He called him a tarantula.
Yeah, Pepe was hurt by his statements and got revenge.
I will defend Pepe.
We'll all defend Pepe.
I would. Frankie, would you be Pepe's defense attorney?
No, I don't know about that. If I go that far, I don't want to mess up and ruin Pepe's life.
I thought you were good at things.
I am, but I've never tried a case before. I don't want to be under that much pressure. So we go to our first match of the night. Das Wunderkid, Alex Wright, making his way to the ring, and out next, a debut for us on the timeline.
Hold on. Can we just appreciate Alex Wright as being like one of the most normal people we've seen so far?
I'm a big fan of Alex Wright so far, yeah.
Yeah, he just shows up. He looks like a wrestler. He doesn't have a weird gimmick or anything like that. He just shows up and he fights. He did a backflip.
He did do a backflip, and then...
Very nice backflip.
It was a good backflip. He doesn't have a stupid mullet.
Well, you're talking about how Alex Wright is just a normal guy. He's just a wrestler. And then out next is a debut for us. Not a normal wrestler. It is Disco Inferno.
What does my name say, Frankie?
Amanda's name tonight is Disco Must Die. Now, are you talking about the musical genre or Disco Inferno?
I'm talking about Disco Inferno, but Skype wouldn't let me put it in that much.
So my next question was going to be, how do we feel about this disco dancing fool? But I think I know.
I've made myself quite clear, I feel like.
You didn't even see him before you made yourself clear. You were upset by Disco Inferno's existence from the moment I told you his name.
He has a stupid name. And if you're gonna have a stupid name, the song you come out to is Disco Inferno. You don't come out to just a song with disco in it.
Well, it just says they probably couldn't get the rights to Disco Inferno, to be fair.
Then he should have picked another fucking gimmick.
Hannah, how'd you feel about Disco Inferno?
I wrote a joke down in my notes that I'm going to make into a meme on the Instagram.
I'm excited.
No, you can't get Saturday Night Fever. We have Saturday Night Fever at home.
He is Saturday Night Fever at home. God.
The dancing was bad.
It
wasn't even John Travolta like bad. It was just bad.
Hey, Amanda, unfortunate news for you.
I don't know.
We got Disco Inferno for the fucking long haul.
Is he here forever?
He's here until the company dies, I think.
That's so upsetting. You know what? I would much rather watch that commercial that has John Travolta as Santa Claus
than Disco Inferno?
Yeah. I'd much rather watch that.
That commercial is at least amusing the first time you watch it.
I didn't know it was John Travolta for a minute.
Neither did my dad.
Disco Inferno made a bad impression immediately.
He has writing on his butt.
Yeah, did you read what it said?
It took me a while, but I did.
What does it say, Hannah?
Shake your booty.
It does say shake your booty on his ass.
He doesn't even have a good booty.
He should have just worn those Juicy Couture sweatpants that everybody wore in the 90s. That would have been better.
I will say, this will make all of your hatred of Disco Inferno feel even more validated. Piece of shit in real life.
How so?
By all accounts, horrible person.
I do. There's some vindication, I feel. How did John Travolta feel about him?
I don't think John Travolta was aware of Disco Inferno.
And if he was, he'd probably die.
Disco Inferno thinks like he's better than he ever was in wrestling. Like, he thinks he was just a really great superstar. And he also like kinda he shits on women wrestling a lot.
Oh, this
Pepe
fucking
should shit on him.
What'd you say?
Pepe should shit on him.
Pepe should shit on him. So, it's good that we hate Disco Inferno, and there are valid reasons to hate Disco Inferno beyond the fact that he's just not usually that good. We'll get into the match with Alex Wright. Disco Inferno gets control early and does a bit of dancing, which, as Amanda said, is shit. It's not good.
The taunts were so bad.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to more Disco Inferno. Alex Wright hits a springboard drop kick and a big spinning jump wheel kick, throws Disco Inferno out of the ring, and then hits a flying cross body to the outside. He then does a cartwheel to dodge away from Disco, but gets stun gunned onto the top rope. Disco hits a big clothesline and does his little dance again, which I guess he's gonna do after he gets control every time. So I was sick of the dancing after the first time he did it in this match, so we're gonna have to deal with that for a while. Disco goes to the top rope, but Alex hits a drop kick to knock him off. He blocks a punch and hits a big uppercut then a spinning uppercut, but is taken down by an elbow to the back of the head by Disco. But before Disco can take advantage, Alex Wright grabs him with a quick backslide and gets the 1-2-3 for the win.
Thank God.
And I was really happy with that match, even though Disco Inferno was in it. I had fun during that match, especially because Alex Wright was doing some pretty fun stuff. My boy broke out a cartwheel in the middle of the match.
It was good. It was very good.
Unfortunately, the happy feelings end because standing by is Hulk Hogan.
I don't want to see his butthole head.
He's wearing a neck brace. Also,
that he doesn't need.
No, he doesn't need. Also, it starts with like Jimmy Hart is like holding the title on the top of his, or like the back of his head, and he's like lifting the title up. I guess to strengthen his neck. I don't know why he's doing it. He cuts a promo where he says he's going to beat the Giant, calls him a big nasty giant, and says he's building a Hulkamania monster truck. Challenges him to a monster truck match and a WCW title match, and then says he will lay him to rest next to his father.
Leave Andre the Giant out of this. I know we talked about him last time, but leave him alone, please.
Also, Hulk Hogan is the good guy in this. He just threatened to kill the Giant.
Yeah. How is he the good guy?
And disrespected his dead father. If, like, in storyline, that's his father, disrespected a legend of wrestling and a dead man. And then just called the Giant a big, nasty, stinky giant. That's our hero.
If we're looking at who smells bad, it's probably the guy covered in baby oil all the time.
That's true. I will say though, Giant, known cigarette smoker back then, so he probably doesn't smell great. Loves the smoke. Some people
find the scent of cigarette smoke attractive.
Do any of us?
I purposely cough when I smell cigarette smoke to make people feel bad about themselves.
Good.
It depends on if you look sexy smoking a cigarette, in which case, yes, Amanda like you very much.
The Giant does not look sexy smoking a cigarette, let me tell you.
I've never seen him, but some people do find cigarette smoke attractive. I'm just saying.
Hey. Amanda, don't worry, you'll get to judge it. He does smoke a cigarette either on TV or on pay-per-view, so you'll get to see it.
Yeah, I didn't say I wanted to see it.
Well, now you will. Back from break, we have a Macho Man Slim Jim commercial.
That was awesome. I forgot how much I loved the Slim Jim commercials that he made.
His Slim Jim commercials are so good. Oh. In the ring, we go to Mean Gene Okerlund. He takes us back to the shocking moment last week when Macho Man just slapped Lex Luger in the face a couple times.
That was such a good moment. The little slap-a-bitch thing. That was my MVP. That was my pick.
That's why you're pick of the night, yeah. Macho Man is back out in a new black and white outfit.
He looks like a zebra, a majestic zebra.
What do we think of his outfit?
I like this outfit.
Week? Better than last outfit.
I like these pants. Also, they make his butt look good. So 10 out of 10 pants.
I think it's a good outfit. I think he rocks colorful. And I wish it would have been a little bit more colorful. This one, I don't know. I just had an ominous feeling and I was correct.
I'm glad Macho Man carried with a good outfit though, because once again, spoiler, we don't get Sting once again.
No.
Sting's on WCW Saturday night. We get a little preview of that, but he's not on the main show, which fucking sucks, but whatever. Lex Luger is called out, and Lex comes out just in his tights. That's weird, right? What's weirder? I have a question now. Alright, what's weirder? If when they're coming out just for a promo, just in the tights and nothing else, or if they have the tights on, but also a t-shirt on over the tights.
Oh, I don't.
They're Winnie the Poohing it, but they have underwear on, I guess.
I'm not sure. Because here's the thing. I don't think I can answer this fairly. I used to be a figure skater, and I would literally wear tights around, and then a sports bra, and that's how I would practice on the ice. Just because you get so hot doing shit.
Yeah.
But they're also not jumping in the air. But they kind of are jumping in the air.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a match until later in the night.
Yeah, but it's weird that it's not a match. If it was a match, I'd say it's okay. But for a promo, I don't know. It's weird. It feels weird. It feels off.
I think it would be weird if he had come out in the tights and not had a match later.
That would have been really weird, because he's like, why are you just in your tights backstage, dude? What are we doing?
Yeah. it makes sense. It's like he's preparing. He has this is 1 hour, curtains up. So I feel like if he had a matching top, it would be fine. But if he was just wearing a random t-shirt, I would not have liked it.
Usually they wear, nowadays, if they do that, they wear their merch. So their t-shirt that they're selling and their tights on underneath it. Or the trunks, sorry. The short ones are called trunks, technically.
I think we maybe didn't see it, but I'm sure his stylist was out there what the fuck are you doing?
the one stylist backstage fucking freaking out. Having a conniption.
Just slamming their head against a brick wall, being I don't know why I took this job. Nobody fucking listens to me. Everybody's doing cocaine and hitting each other back here. Nobody cares about fashion.
The cocaine thing?
It's me. I'm the stylist.
The cocaine thing? 100% true. So many of them are doing cocaine.
I know. The poor stylist is probably can we stop doing cocaine at least in our outfits, please? I just had this dry cleaned. This better be fucking baby powder.
Lex says that the problem is a severe lack of respect for him, and he is sick and tired of it, and that sometimes you have to go to war against each other, and obviously Macho Man has shown he lacks common sense. Randy Savage just goes, "Ooh, I'm shaking in my boots." That's all he has to respond with. That's all he needs to respond with, I should say, because he's Randy Savage. Lex challenges Randy Savage to a match next week. He says he's putting his title match and career in WCW on the line.
I really thought this match was supposed to be this week.
I did too, after what happened last week.
I thought the whole thing was they're gonna fight next week.
I did too, but I guess we have to wait another week. But next week we will get Macho Man versus Lex Luger in if Lex Luger loses, he loses his title opportunity, and he has to leave WCW.
I hope he loses, but I know he's not going to lose.
It's too early for him to lose. He just debuted.
I know.
He's like, bye guys, I'm out, actually. After we get that match made, Eric Bischoff confirms to us, indeed, that at Halloween Havoc, not only will Hulk Hogan face the Giant in a WCW title match, they will face each other in a monster truck battle.
So there are 2 fights.
Yeah, so they have the monster truck battle earlier in the night on the roof of the building. And then
the roof.
Where else are you gonna put the monster trucks?
In the trash.
Yeah, not on the roof where they could fall off of the roof.
They do a monster truck battle on the roof of the building, and then they have, in the main event, a title match. We cut to the entranceway, and we have another debut, Kurosawa, making his way to the ring with his manager, Colonel Rob Parker.
I got scared when I saw the Colonel.
Yeah, they didn't do anything with the Colonel and Sherry this week, which is good. But I thought they would when I saw him coming down.
No, how many people at this time does the Colonel manage, quote unquote?
I'm not sure. Back then, managers would have, large groups of people.
Yeah.
That they were associated with. So I'm not sure how many, Colonel has. I know Sherry's one of the few that only has, Harlem Heat, and that's it. I think the Colonel has a couple more. A lot of the Colonel has a lot of the quote-unquote foreign wrestlers that come into the company. If they're heels, because people don't like the Colonel, so it's a good way for them to get heat immediately.
Okay.
So Kurosawa was from, I think, All Japan Pro Wrestling, so they just put him with the Colonel because he's the bad guy.
Yeah, I got that he managed a lot of the villains.
His opponent is the Pitbull, Sergeant Craig Pittman. They have a match. I mean, Pittman's not really a great wrestler. Kurosawa is alright. They do have one brutal moment where they go outside of the ring and Kurosawa exposes the concrete on the floor and then just slams the back of Pittman's head onto it. There's no need for that on a random Monday Nitro match that no one was watching the show to see this match. But he sure did slam his opponent into some concrete. Pittman hits a belly-to-belly in the ring, goes to lock in the code red, but Kurosawa gets a foot on the rope, breaking the hold. Pittman hits a gut-wrench suplex and then goes behind Kurosawa, but Kurosawa flips around, hits the German suplex, and bridges for the pin and the 1-2-3. Although I don't know if you guys were paying attention to this match as much as I was, because I'm taking the notes. I only heard a 2 count.
I also only heard 2, and then they announced the match was over.
Yeah, and then on the replay, I think it was only a 2 count, because on the replay, they purposely don't show the referee.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was only a 2 count, and they were like, fuck, the match is over, we rang the bell, it's 3, he won, who cares?
I have a question.
Yes.
Was Pittman an actual Marine?
Was Pittman an actual Marine? I don't know. But let's find that out together.
Okay. While you Google that, my reasoning behind this question was he is one of the few black wrestlers we have seen who doesn't have, like, a racist stereotype behind him. Like, in his character. He was
an actual
okay.
Marine.
Okay, because I got this strong feeling that he went in and got hired, and when they were making his character, they were going to do something racist, and he's like, actually, no, can I be a Marine? I was a Marine, and they were like, well, fine.
Yeah, he was a actual sergeant in the Marines.
Okay.
Which is very good. I'm glad they're not using, like, stolen valor, like some wrestlers had in the past. Mm-hmm. After that match, we are back in the ring with Mean Gene, who is interviewing Arn Anderson and Flying Brian Pillman. First of all, this is, I think, the first time we heard Brian Pillman speak.
Not what I was expecting.
No. So, Brian Pillman had throat polyps as a child. And he he had between 31 and 36 surgeries before before the age of 3.
What?
He spent most of his early childhood in hospital, only going home for Christmas. And because of the operations, he has the raspy voice. It also made him supremely, because he had the raspy voice, he was bullied as a kid, which had a chip on his shoulder. Brian Pillman played in the NFL at one point.
I remember you telling us that.
Yeah, he played for the Cincinnati Bengals as a defensive tackle. So Brian Pillman he was a linebacker when he played for Cincinnati. Brian Pillman weighs 227. That's his build weight, so he's probably a little less than that. But then he eventually played defensive tackle. And the average weight of a defensive tackle is 280 pounds. So he was playing at a 60-pound gap, but was still able to be in the NFL. He didn't play that long. He only played for a couple of seasons. But anyway, yeah, that's why his voice is like that. I like his voice, though. I think it makes him sound super cool. So Pillman says ever since Arn beat Ric Flair, he has reached an all-time low, begging and panhandling for pocket change in the sewers of Times Square. And that together, they will exercise their right to hospitalize anyone who gets in their path. Mean Gene asks Arn how he could do this to Ric Flair. And Arn says the better man won. And if you jump on me, you jump on us. And in a tag team is where Arn excels. And says Flair can't find a tag team partner because he ran over everybody for 10 years. And now no one likes him, so they will not team with Ric Flair. I love this wrinkle of the storyline. I know we're jumping in the middle of the feud with them, but in context, that what he said was true. Ric Flair, when he ran with Arn Anderson as part of the Four Horsemen, they would just beat everybody down. They were like a gang that would beat people down 4-on-1. And he did it to everybody. So now that he needs somebody to help him out, no one wants to help him out because he would just beat the shit out of him back then.
And Hulk Hogan's not stepping in for more attention?
No, surprisingly not. Well, Hulk Hogan's busy dealing with the Dungeon of Doom. Come on, are you going to step in when you got to fight the Zodiac and the Shark?
That man loves attention, so yes.
That's true. We get a preview then for WCW Saturday night, the debut of Dusty Rhodes as co-host. Johnny B. Bad will face Sting for the U.S. title. We saw him get the number 1 contendership for the title, but we don't get to see the match because we're not fucking watching WCW Saturday night. They also say that the tag champions, the American males, will be in action, and the Giant with Kevin Sullivan will be there. We then get a replay of the segment from last week where Kevin Sullivan choked out Macho Man with weights on the beach and then threw sand in his face. And now out comes the Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan for his match with the Macho Man. Macho Man makes his way to the ring. We get a really good look at that outfit now. They zoom in on him. He gets all the pyro, the flames going on behind him.
He has his jacket on, and it's a nice fringy jacket.
It is. It's a nice fringy jacket this week. It's so much better. It's so much better than what it was.
It is. It is very nice. It's very, very good. Good job.
In the middle of Macho Man Randy Savage's entrance, this is when we learn that Pepe has shit on Bobby Heenan's shoes.
Good job, Pepe.
We then see that the Zodiac has come out to support the Taskmaster.
Why is he dressed like a zebra?
That's what the Zodiac looks like. Don't you know that?
No, we don't know what the Zodiac Killer looks like.
That's what he looks like. Randy jumps out of the ring and chases Kevin Sullivan, who goes into the ring and distracts the referee so the Zodiac can throw Savage into the ring post and then into the ring. Taskmaster crotches the Macho Man on the metal guardrail and then clotheslines him to the floor. And he keeps preventing Savage from getting in the ring by just kicking him in the head. But Randy is able to get back into the ring, throw Sullivan into the corner, but he can't take advantage, and he is thrown out of the ring once again by Sullivan. Randy Savage hits a big back body drop, and then we head back into the ring. He hits a diving double axe handle. He then throws Kevin Sullivan into the Zodiac, drags the Zodiac into the ring, and starts beating him up. The referee tries to stop Randy from doing this, so Randy Savage just picks up and throws the referee. He keeps beating up the Zodiac, and then Sullivan comes in, so he beats up Kevin Sullivan. He then body slams the Zodiac. Then he body slams Kevin Sullivan onto the Zodiac. And then he goes for the diving elbow drop from the top rope. He only hits the Zodiac, though, as Kevin Sullivan rolls away to avoid the elbow. We then see that the Giant is making his way down to the ring. He comes in, hits a big chokeslam on Randy Savage.
This man just stepped over the top rope, first of all.
Oh, yes, that is how the Giant got into the ring.
Just casually stepped over the top rope.
I mean, you can do that when you're over 7 feet tall.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
Very
impressive.
I want to note, I don't know who this is, so I'm just going to say some guy comes out to save Randy Savage, and he gets chokeslammed. And then someone named Mark Starr, who I've also never heard of, but I did catch that name, comes out, and he gets chokeslammed. Then Alex Wright comes out, dives at the Giant, gets caught in midair and slammed into the mat. Then out comes
chaos.
Then out comes Lex
Chaos
Luger.
Lex
Luger makes his way down as the Giant chokeslams Savage again. And Lex Luger is standing over the fallen Savage, and Kevin Sullivan is smiling. But then the Giant grabs Lex Luger. Luger tries to slam him, but he can't. And the Giant hits him with a choke slam as well.
Yeah, Lex was definitely trying to choke out Randy Savage.
We don't know. We don't know what he was going to do.
What are you
Randy
talking about? His hands were definitely going. He put his hands together and was reaching down.
He was debating what he wanted to do still.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
But what do we think of the Giant hitting all those fucking choke slams on everyone?
That's awesome. I wish he keeps this up. I want him to keep this up. He'd be the best wrestler ever if that was the case, though.
This was my favorite part of the night.
Love the Giant. This is so good. Oh my god. Alright, so after this choke slam to Lex Luger, we learn Lex Luger has a match against Meng. Now, first of all, I want to point something out. They cut to those images that they show of the two competitors, who's in the match. They have the pictures. Who chose these pictures? Because Meng has, I don't want to say normal picture, because it's fucking Meng with a giant golden dragon mask on, but like a normal quality picture.
Right.
And then Lex Luger looks like he's fucking died and is a ghost haunting Meng.
Yeah, I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
He was like faded and blue. What was happening there? Who chose that? Who goes?
Also, the picture of like the Taskmaster was not good either.
No, what are they doing?
They took one picture. You had one chance, and that was it.
And they said, Lex looks like a ghost. Sorry, we only had one picture left on that film. We can't do it again.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
We get another ad for Halloween Havoc promoting the double main event of Giant and Hulk Hogan in a world title match and a monster truck battle. So it's confirmed, I guess. We got a monster truck battle, guys, to look forward to on our next pay-per-view. Back from break, Lex Luger is struggling to get up as Meng fucking runs to the ring. He is ready to ambush this man. This is also when we unfortunately learn Hulk Hogan will be on Nitro next week. So bad news is delivered to us. Yeah.
No!
The city of Denver will be suffering the arrival of Hulk Hogan.
They couldn't kill him from lack of oxygen.
I'm glad they did let us know, though, to warn the good people of Denver, Colorado, to stay away. Meng locks in a nerve hold, but Luger holds the arm up on the third drop and breaks the hold with a series of elbows and big punches, but Meng regains control of the big gut-wrench slam. At one point, they cut to the crowd, and some of them are, like, clapping to encourage Lex Luger, but there's one guy there in the corner who has a Miami Dolphins hat on. He just looks miserable to be there.
Was this the displeased grandpa?
I think so. He looks like he's so upset that he's there.
Uh-huh. He was my favorite person in the crowd, because he is sitting there pouting.
He's
like,
either...
my grandson forced me to take him here tonight.
He definitely got forced to take his grandson there, and then found out that 3,000 people got free tickets.
After
and he
paid.
That's what I was thinking. After he paid like an arm and a leg.
Because they're in the front row, so he paid an arm and a leg to be there, even though he doesn't want to be. And then the guy next to him got a free ticket. Meng misses a big dive off the top rope. Both men struggle to get up. Meng is able to get Lex Luger in the corner, though, hits a big chop. But Luger stops Meng with an elbow, and then a boot, and then 2 boots to the chest, sending Meng into the opposite corner. Lex hits a clothesline on Meng in the corner, beats him down. The ref pulls him away, and as he's pulling Lex away, Meng starts digging around in his pants, and out of his pants he pulls a golden spike. He puts the golden spike on the thumb, stabs Lex Luger in the throat with it, and Lex goes down for the 3 count, giving Meng the win. Back from break, we cut to the commentary table, and Mongo says, what happened in that match stinks more than what Pepe left on the Brain shoes. And I will say, good little quality here from Bobby the Brain Heenan. As the show is going off the air, he is cleaning his shoes because Pepe shit in them, allegedly. We get a preview for next week's WCW Monday Nitro. Hulk Hogan will be on, gross, as will the American Males, and Macho Man versus Lex Luger. We also have, I looked at the match card for the next Nitro, we have 2 debuts on the next episode of WCW Monday Nitro. 2 debuts for us. I don't know if this is their actual debut in the company. They probably debuted on WCW Saturday Night or one of their other, like, syndicated shows. But for us, it's a debut. We have the debut of Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero. 2 of my fucking favorites. Cannot wait for you guys to see some Eddie Guerrero. But that's it. That's our episode of WCW Monday Nitro. So, match of the night and MVPs?
I think my match of the night is going to be Macho Man versus the Taskmaster, but only because the Giant came in and caused chaos.
Okay. Amanda, your match of the night?
I like Alex Wright. I liked Normal Boy.
Alex Wright versus Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
And that's also my match of the night.
Yeah, I liked Normal Boy. I mean, since I made it the match of the night last time, I can't make it the match of the night, but just the small little tidbit of Randy Savage just, like, smacking Lex Luthor up. Just, mwah, chef's kiss.
Yeah, I'll say this. Alex Wright versus Disco Inferno, also my match of the night, but only because of Alex Wright. Disco Inferno didn't do shit at all. Alex Wright was in there fucking working his ass off.
He did fucking cartwheels. He did a backflip at the very beginning. That was dope. Off like the top rope or something.
Yeah, Alex Wright is great. Who
I'm giving Alex Wright MVP then.
are you giving Alex Wright MVP?
I'm gonna give him MVP.
Well.
You know what? I will give Alex Wright MVP. I'm changing it. Originally, I had the Giant. I'll change it to Alex Wright.
I feel like I can't give the Giant MVP every single time.
That's true.
I can't do it because he knocked down Randy Savage, and I love Randy Savage.
I know, but he was so cool in that moment, right? Like this is what, our 4th or 5th episode of the WCW thing? I don't think any wrestler has been as cool as the Giant was in that moment. And I think it's gonna be a while until someone is that cool again. Cause, let me tell you, the main event of Halloween Havoc, fuck, I can't wait to hear your guys' reaction to that. I'm so excited. Amanda, I don't know if you're gonna be angry or just so shocked at what happened. Not in a good way either. Don't worry. It's not gonna be shocking.
What happens to Randy? What happens to Randy?
Randy Savage isn't involved in the main event. It's Hulk Hogan versus the Giant, but someone else gets involved. I'll give you a little hint, a little teaser. A mythological creature gets involved.
Excuse me?
A cryptid gets involved.
Mothman?
Is it Bigfoot?
No, you know what? It's a cousin of Bigfoot.
The next cryptid I'm covering on Cryptid Corner?
It's the Yeti.
I'm done. I'm going to bed.
That's
the
not
Yeti
the
gets
next
involved.
cryptid I'm talking about.
We have one more thing to do with WCW tonight before we tell you what's happening next time and take care of business.
Wait. The next cryptid you're doing, is it the Mongolian Deathworm?
No.
Hannah.
Yes.
Where does Saddle Pepe rank in the Pepe costume pantheon?
I've been debating this since Friday when I watched this episode. What is 2, 3, and 4?
Well, we only have
2 and 3.
3.
Yeah.
Number 2
are they?
Is Bandito Pepe.
Okay.
And number 3 is Yeehaw Pepe.
Yeehaw, okay. I think I want to put Saddle Pepe in at number 3.
At number 3, better than Yeehaw Pepe.
Yes, because I think the saddle looks so fucking stupid, but I love it.
It does. It's so dumb, but it's Pepe. He's adorable in it.
Yeah.
But it is. I think you're right. It's nowhere close to Devil Pepe.
Mm-mm.
Devil Pepe is still great.
Yes. We had too much Yeehaw theming with Pepe. He needs to do something different. He needs a new era.
We do need a new era for Pepe. So hopefully we'll get. I do know we do move away from the Yeehaw aesthetic.
Good. I think we need a break from it.
At some point, because there are a couple costumes. I know I'm not going to spoil any because I know you don't want that. But there are a couple costumes that I'm remembering in my head that are away from the Yeehaw aesthetic.
When I Googled him the other day to post a picture of him on Instagram, I got spoiled, and I can't wait to see him dressed as a little Raggedy Ann doll.
The Raggedy Ann doll is great. So that is the end of our WCW episode this week. What are we doing next week? It's back to Scooby-Doo. Oh, good Lord. All right.
It's you again.
It's unfortunately me. And we're doing Scooby-Doo in Arabian Nights. Oh no. Oh good golly. I'm scared. I'm terrified, actually.
This isn't actually a Scooby-Doo film.
Yeah, you said that, but that's not what I'm terrified about. This is the 90s, and we're doing a Middle Eastern story.
Listen, it's what you think,
but
it's not as bad.
Oh, alright.
If that makes sense. You don't see it as often.
Okay,
as you think you do.
We're doing Scooby-Doo in Arabian Nights. That should... Well, I was going to say it should be fun. It won't be fun.
It won't be
fun.
It's not.
It's horrible. I hate it.
Can't believe I'm doing 2 episodes in a row, and one of them will be that miserable. I didn't know. I was excited. I didn't realize that was the next one. And I was like, you know what? This was a pretty, alright episode of Nitro, but nothing to write home about. can't wait to watch a good Scooby-Doo thing. Because I thought the next one was Johnny Bravo Scooby-Doo.
You gotta wait another month.
Oh, it's so sad. I have to wait
I
another
think
month for
it'll
Johnny
be
Bravo
our Valentine's
Scooby-Doo.
Day Scooby-Doo.
You know what? That's fitting. Though.
Or I should say, it'll come out in February, so.
Alright.
Close enough.
Well, that is the end of the episode. Join us next time for our next Scooby-Doo review. We're doing it all, so we gotta go through the bad of Scooby-Doo as well. But soon we're gonna reach the golden age of Scooby-Doo.
Zombie Island.
There.
I can see it in the horizon.
Yeah. Yep. Zombie Island's there. Cyber Chase is there.
Tim Curry is there.
Yeah, we're almost the Hex Girls.
Hell yeah.
We're almost there. We just gotta suffer a little bit longer. So join us next week in our suffering of Scooby-Doo and Arabian Nights.
Yes, please do.
But let's take care of business and wrap up this episode of Nothing to See Here. As of recording, we are on Spotify and YouTube. If you are listening to us on YouTube, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for notification whenever an episode is uploaded. We will have an episode each and every Wednesday, hopefully. Sometime in the morning it gets uploaded. It's a random time each time. So you gotta be on your toes. If you're listening to us on Spotify, please remember to answer the fan question, which is, what do you think of the episode? And it's never going to change. That question will never change until someone answers that fucking question. No one's answered it yet, so it's staying the same. Also, if you're listening to us on Spotify, be sure to leave us a rating and review. That helps us out a lot. We would appreciate that. No matter where you're listening to us, though, please remember to share the show with your friends, with your family, with your enemies, with your pets. Share the show around. It helps us out a lot. We appreciate everyone who listens to the show. So spread the word about the show where we talk about wrestling, we talk about Disney, we talk about cryptids, we talk about Scooby-Doo. We would really appreciate it. If you would like to send us an email with your thoughts about the show, with any questions you would like us to answer, with any ideas on a future topic for an episode, you can get in touch with us at our email address, which is
Nothing to See Here podcast at gmail.com. As always, here is spelled Hear.
If you would like to see some great artwork made by Amanda, some great memes made by Hannah, including the meme she made on the fly. Well, not on the fly, she had it written down, but the meme she talked about during the episode. And if you would like to see any images that would be coming from the episodes, you can do so over on our Instagram page, which is
Nothing to See Here pod.
That is all the business taken care of, so thank you so much for listening to this episode. Join us next week for Scooby-Doo in Arabian Nights, and saying goodbye and good night, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I'm gonna go see if John Travolta knows about this guy who's trying to impersonate him.
Is he in your closet?
That was good, Hannah.
Thank you.
That was very good.
I had one good joke tonight.
Round of applause for Hannah.
That was very good. Tom Cruise isn't in here either, so.
Oh, good.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.